What's poppin', y'all? We back with another episode recap of the Challenge All Stars 4, episode 10. It's been a long week, but we made it back to episode 10. We got Bree here with me. Bree, was popping.
What up? How did you like this week's episode?
Yeah, it was an interesting episode. I think we had some unforeseen drama. We had some guys actually providing for the show for once, so I was pleasantly surprised. But it was interesting. I give it an 8.5. I get 8.5.
Oh, that's pretty high.
It
Interesting.
wasn't. It wasn't. Look, I didn't mind the date. The daily challenge was trash to me, but I like the kind of dynamic we saw. We got to see more. Like Jay was the main focus of the episode.
Mhm.
We got to see Adam and Steve a little bit, like their relationship and how it's grown and fallen apart, and less in Nicole and Laurel's story.
Girl,
So we get less of that. I'm gonna be happy.
yeah, it's a win in my book.
Exactly. It's been a win. It's a win in my book too, and it's
Mhm.
we had a record number of viewers for the last week's
Oh,
episode. For all
snap.
the episodes, we almost hit 200, which is beating our
Period.
score. So
Hey,
appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all the real MVPs, y'all. Y'all
guys.
coming in.
Wow.
So definitely we appreciate
Yeah.
y'all coming through and watching the podcast. It's growing. It's growing before our
Keep
very
on watching,
eyes.
guys.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry over here. But make sure to follow Bree on her IG, Bree Dots with the Z at the end. See what she's doing and check out her new place. She got a new spot, so check it
Yeah,
out.
I
And
did.
also make sure to comment and subscribe to DeAndre Way. And we will jump into the episode. The episode started with Cara Maria winning her star against Cam.
Mhm.
And she was very happy about that, of course. She was giggling with her little, I don't know what that Furby? That looked like
Yeah,
a
what even
Furby.
is that?
I don't know what that was,
I
but
don't know.
very patriotic, I'd say. But
She loves America.
I'm yeah, nah. I mean, I thought it was funny. I'm not. I don't take it seriously, but yeah, she was living her best life, coming back in the house. Leroy. Oh, well, we'll get there in a sec. Leroy is packing up the milk that has to send back. So rest in peace, Cam. We'll see you later. But yes, and then we get these two again. This is the only time I'm going to show these two the whole episode, so we might as
Thank
well just
you.
get out the way.
Yeah. Blessed.
Look, they remind me of Jafar and his little assistant in Aladdin. They would be snickering and be putting them up to stuff and just plotting. And
I
they're trying to get Aladdin. Car's Aladdin. It seems like.
Oh God. I really want to know like how it is watching this footage back, like as Laurel and Nicole, because I saw that Nicole, I was creeping and that Nicole has a new girlfriend. So I'm like, do they just cringe watching this whole season? They must.
Yeah, they got to. I mean, I saw that too. Nicole got a new boo, and
Hmm.
good luck to her in that. But yeah, I don't know how you can watch this and be proud of anything that's going down on either
Yeah.
party. Unless one of them win, then I wouldn't even watch it if I was them too. It's just like okay, because how you gonna watch that with
Your
yourself,
significant
your family,
other.
your friends, anything? And
Hmm. Yeah, it's just weird.
yeah, it would be embarrassing. I couldn't show my face, and we get Laurel trying to explain that what she did against Cam. It is what it is. She didn't care about Cam. She said, "Kid, bro, Cam, you did what you need to do. Your purpose was served, and you out of here." So Cam was basically a henchman for her, and it sucks because Cam. I don't feel like she realized that she got played.
Hmm.
She got involved with something that wasn't really involving her,
Yeah.
and she had to pay the price of losing. And it's sad to see because you got Jafar over here just taking another one.
Not Jafar. I know. I feel like when you end up being like the pawn in that sort of scenario, you're usually always going home. Like if someone promises you something, 9 times out of 10, they're not holding their word. But we can't say that for this episode because
Yeah.
someone held their word.
Well, but for one, I'm shook. I'm
I know.
shook. I had my doubts because the
Me
thing is,
too.
I don't, I see certain spoilers, but I try and go into the episode with trying not to read too much on like what happens, and
Hmm.
I just kind of just take it as it is. And we get Kara, Ace, and Jay talking about the aftermath of what happened, and Ace and Jay are talking about how they need their stars now. It's getting down to the final last couple missions and whatnot,
Hmm.
and they're running out of time, and they're both starless, trying to get theirs. They've had some kind of opportunity in the past. Ace has had one and not had one, and then he's about to get one back. So I think they're rushing them, but they're still 6-6. There's 3 stars left. A purge is probably possibly going to come.
Yeah.
Would you be? I think they're going to all have a chance.
I
That's what I
think
think.
like 9 times out of 10, they usually have a chance to get their star. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm kind of confused about the star situation because, like, for example, in the daily challenge, like people were purposely losing. So it's like I feel like you should only get a star if you win an elimination because then people are just gonna try and lose on purpose. And I feel like that defeats the purpose of the game. Like you want to win your challenges or something. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what's up.
Yeah, we gonna see what's up, and we soon see what's up with our two now main characters of this episode, Steve. Well, that's not them. That's Derek and Ryan. I'm getting ahead of myself. Steve and Ace. So we see a flashback of them way back in the day on the Road
That's
Rules the
so
Quest.
old. That's
I
crazy.
know, right? Let me look at the camera quality.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, they were on a trailer together, traveling the country. I didn't watch that, so I don't really
Yeah,
know
me
who
either.
won or what happened. But
Mm-hmm.
they look so different. It's crazy. Like they look like two completely different people.
Babies.
Yeah, he looked like Jafar.
Right?
But yeah, Ace and Steve they talking how they've been friends for 20 years and whatnot. And 20 like that's
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 a long
you
time.
know that's a long time,
2 decades.
and yeah, 2 decades as friends, and they come on this show essentially together, but they're both. I think yeah, Steve has a star, and Ace they both have stars at this point, so they're sitting pretty and they're
Mm-hmm.
looking out for each other and have each other's back seemingly. But what do you take of their long-standing relationship or friendship, should I say?
I don't know. We didn't really get to see most of it like during the show, I feel like. So this is kind of new to me. I mean, I knew they had a history, but I like now that they're showing a little bit more behind like the friendships and stuff like that. But when it comes to voting, it was definitely interesting.
Yeah, they missed. I think the show missed a lot of the correlations in past, how everyone's connected, because
Yeah.
there is a 6 degrees of separation in life, and especially in the challenge, I think it's more like 3 degrees of separation because
Hmm.
you could correlate how like Ace and Steve were on that show together, and they know Veronica. They've been challenges with Veronica, which a casual viewer, wouldn't have even known they known each other because they haven't really
Right.
spoken. And then they also know Tina and Rachel,
Hmm.
and then how uh, Kara is connected with Veronica because she did a show. Already did a challenge together to an extent,
Yeah.
and then that connects her with Rachel and Tina. And there's like a whole like binding loop
Little
to everyone.
interweb going on. I know. I wish they showed more of that, especially for the All Star season, just so the viewers could know. Because I mean, like regular season, we know who the people are, but when you're throwing it back to like the first few seasons of the actual show, it's like I don't know half these people. So yeah, I wish they kind of did that so we got a little bit more insight and we could kind of get in their brain more when it comes to like who they want to vote and why. But maybe they'll do that
Exactly.
for next season. We can only hope.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, even how Ryan, as I'll get to this image, Ryan, his first season was with Tina. Well, it wasn't
Hmm.
her first season, but his first season he did with her, and they have somewhat of a past and history together. And there's always like the way he was talking about her earlier, and it's like maybe that's how they talk and whatnot, and they're joking really. So like
Yeah.
if it's two strangers talking like that to each other, then people might think that they have something against each other, but they really are just cool. You know how you joke
Hmm.
with your friends and whatnot. But
Yeah.
we get Ryan and Derek. They're doing their little plotting to an extent. I don't know if they're really plotting over there. They're probably just
Just chit chatting.
chilling, yeah, just doing whatever and whatnot. But we soon get to the challenge and whatnot. Everyone's lined up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 people. Yes, right.
Mm.
13 people left. I don't know why they have this little first, second, third place thing over
Yeah.
here when it's only
What was
first
that
and
for?
second place. That didn't make any sense to me and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I agree.
But we get TJ riding in on the motorbike. It's lit and whatnot. I've always been an X Games fan, so I definitely like seeing that. I was like, TJ, be careful now. We don't need to.
And we don't need any accidents. I know.
Exactly, man.
I like when TJ does his little stunts. TJ is my favorite part about the challenge. Honestly, he's so
Oh
fun.
yeah,
Love him.
definitely. And we get to it, and this one is called "Roll with It." And basically, all these challenges I've noticed this season, they're very elementary. I mean, I
Hmm.
was listening to a podcast of Rachel earlier, and she was saying like, yeah, they were all very. I don't want to say they were babyish, but
They're pretty
simple,
mild.
simple.
Yeah, very simple.
And I think that's because like people were getting hurt in the past, and so they had to like keep it chill and not go like you know
Well, that
crazy on
defeats
them.
the whole point of the challenge to me. I feel like the challenge is supposed to be like crazy, like challenges and eliminations, like stuff that's so hard to do, which makes it like that's the whole reason why the challenge is a challenge because of the challenges.
Exactly. So
So,
I don't. I, some of them I don't mind, but some of them they're just like this one today was just like come on like
yeah, it's like
they're doing
my
a
Nana
lasso.
to do that, and she's 85 years old, so it's like, come on now.
Come on now, but we get to the challenge and whatnot, and we get our star holders, which is Steve, Veronica, Leroy, Nicole, Adam, and Cara. And before we get started, the players they kind of tell their reasoning behind. Like Laurel, she explains how the past it's not her fault, it's Cam's fault that she got sent home because Cam was in the bottom. I don't. She's deflecting right
Do
there when she was
you
saying that.
agree about that?
Mm, No, I don't. Uh, look, as hard time I was giving Cam, I think what Jay did in this episode is I don't think you have to stand by your word. Like this is a game. At the end of the day, you don't have to. You can say something, do something different,
Mm-hmm.
but don't blame Cam for what you said the plan was.
I
She
agree.
just fell for it. Yeah, it's her fault essentially that she got sent home because she was blinded by, I guess,
Hmm.
your being a pawn in your mission. But
Yeah,
a little much to say it's not your own fault that Cam got sent home because you
yeah.
were in control of that.
She's just trying to make herself look good, I think, because she went back on her word. So she's like, "No, it's Cam's fault, anyways. Like she did it to herself." It's like, girl, you gave her
Yeah,
her word, but I guess words don't mean much to you.
exactly. They don't mean nothing, and it's a shame. But hey, that's the game. So
It is the game. It is a game at the end of the day. So I mean,
you
it
gotta
is.
lie. So and
Mm-hmm.
I don't get too mad about the lying part because that's what you got to do. You got to lie. But it's just when you. I think my only line is when you take things outside of the game to a certain extent and you
Mm-hmm.
start bringing up personal things. Then it's kind of like all right, you like stepping out, and you're going against like your natural like your natural instincts. You're
Yeah.
doing something for someone else, like Cam. I think she went against her natural instinct and went with Laurel's plans.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's like I have a head scratching moment.
Yeah.
We also get before the challenge that Laurel said that she wants to go in against Cara only if it's physical, which is tr- silly as hell to me. She could
Wow.
have easily, yeah. I'm like, come on, man. You don't believe in yourself? You just
Yeah.
only want to do if it's wrestling or hall brawl or
Hmm. And who honestly, I think Kara would beat Laurel. I'm not even gonna lie. So I don't know why she wants to do physical, but
like,
I
cause
think
she
she's just
beat.
a little scared. She didn't want to go
She's
against
scared.
Kara. Yeah,
She
I think
definitely
she's all
scared.
talk. Mm-hmm.
She couldn't live with herself if she lost that battle. So
Exactly. Yeah.
she wants to go in where there's a 99% chance that she's coming out on top, and
Right.
I think that's trash. But hey, that's what time she on.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam Ryan says he wants to go in against Jay because they're evenly matched and whatnot. It's your friend. I mean, I guess I see that, but it's your friend that you say you want to go in against. So that was a little strange to me.
And Jay's been killing it recently. So why would you want to go against Jay? Honestly.
Exactly. And I don't know Ryan's thought process behind it. Well,
Me.
actually, I do know his thought process behind it. So we found out that his shoulder's been messed up half the
Mm,
challenge and whatnot. And so I think his mindset, honestly, is just to stay as long as he can, rather than he's like gonna go for the wins and all that, just because you
he
know,
doesn't seem too determined to want to get a star. So I feel like now
yeah,
you're getting down to the nitty gritty. It should be time to, throw yourself in elimination and earn your star. But he seems a little scared to me. So knowing that his shoulder has been hurting, that makes sense. It's just a long
Yeah,
ride.
exactly. And with him staying longer, I think you stay longer, like each week you get like a pay bump or something like that.
Oh yeah,
What
your
I've heard, and
stipend. Mm,
exactly.
interesting.
So
The more you
he's
know.
the more you know, people,
Mhm.
we got some extra information if y'all did
Got
not
some
know.
tea, behind the scenes tea.
Exactly. But yeah, we get him saying that he wants to go against Jay, and then we also say Steve that what if he wants to defend his star. He doesn't want to get his star stolen. So if he has to go in elimination, then he has to do that.
Mhm.
But yes, we find out that it's a men's elimination day, and yes, we get the cart challenge, and basically this cart they have to use the cart with they use a lasso, get around the thing, pull themselves forward. Challenge is bleh because I think the whole rules got misconstrued with Jay, like which is smart. That's
Yeah.
smart. That's what you got to do. You got to
Mhm.
figure a way around the rules. Like
Be innovative.
exactly. Like if there was a way in Squid Game where you could use someone else, spit on someone else's cooking for real and do
Yeah.
that, oh,
Hmm.
here you go.
It
I mean, kind of nasty,
is pretty nasty.
but yeah, if you could have someone else do it for you and they would agree to do it, then by any means,
Right.
don't think that would fly in there because they made it specific. You got to do your own. But
Hmm.
yeah, Jay essentially pushes off and just that's how he gets it, which is smart. But I think that should have been against the rules.
I agree. If the whole point you have a lasso, use the lasso. Like, I feel like, and I'm kind of surprised no one else did Jay's strategy by just pushing off. I was like, question mark, but I don't know. I agree. I think it should have been against the rules, but they didn't
Yeah.
clock that. So I guess he did his big one on that one.
Yeah, it was very interesting. They let that slide, but it seems like the challenge. I don't know. They just be letting a lot of stuff slide.
Yeah, they be like picking and choosing like
They
what
do.
rules poorly, but I don't know.
Yeah, like when Nicole got to bring Jasmine down, or she brought the car Veronica, and then she's like switched it to
Which,
Jasmine. I'm like, huh?
yeah, like, is that really allowed? You already made your choice the first time, you know? Yeah, I don't understand. It's whatever producers want for the storyline.
Yeah, no, it's crazy in these streets. It's hard to follow sometimes with the rules, but we
Mhm.
get through it, and Laurel eventually becomes the female winner, which is whatever because it's a guy's elimination day, so it doesn't really matter that she won. The real thing that matters is that Jay won, and we eventually get our middle group as well, which is Ace, Derek, Steve, uh, Nicole, and Kara. And we get our losing group, which is Steve, Leroy, Ryan, Flora, Avery, and Veronica. Which Veronica, I wonder if she. I ain't gonna clown you, girl. I ain't gonna do it.
You're about to clown her. Just say what's on your mind.
But dang, roly poly. I mean, what is going on? She got too
That's,
much junk in the trunk and she can't lift it
I
up. What is happening?
know.
Is she
Poor
even
girl.
gotten in the middle group?
She's just here for the vibes at this point. Like, she is not determined to win. I am shocked she's still here, to be honest. If she makes it to the final, that's crazy.
I think she gonna make it at this point.
Oh my god. She's just rolling on by, literally.
I mean, Veronica, I think she's like I'm gonna check, but I think she's been in the last group every time.
Yeah.
I feel like she has,
I feel like she has. Girl.
and
Oh.
Leroy too. I mean,
And Leroy,
Leroy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Leroy be slacking. I'm disappointed.
yeah. I mean, and this easy of a comp too. Like Leroy, come on, if Jay could do it, you can do it.
Exactly. I don't know what
I don't. Yeah, I don't see it. And they gave them like a rose, like a not a rosary, wreath looking
Mhm.
thing. What I don't know what you would call that, but that and then some champagne and then a medal. I'm like,
Yeah,
dang, they really made this seem like it was the championship.
yeah, I don't know what that was for. I was confused.
Yeah, I was
Not the
I was a
final.
little yeah, I was lost.
That was a little extra.
But we get out and we find out figuring out the strategy and Jay's like, I'm going in no matter what. I'm doing it, in
Hmm.
it to win it, High School Musical edition style. And Ryan's like, I'm in it to win it as well. I think this photo was funny because I don't even know if I've noticed this, but like his first picture, he just looked like he thugging it out.
It's
You
the
know?
do rag for me.
Yeah, is that a do rag?
It looks like a do rag, right?
Ryan was thugging it out in the
He's-
day.
Damn, back in the day. Look at him now. The difference is crazy.
I know, wild.
That's so fun.
But we find out that Jay and Ryan have this like ocelot alliance or whatever you would call it. I didn't
Hmm.
even know what an ocelot was. I thought they were talking about. I don't even know what they were talking. I thought they were talking about like. I don't even know what the hell they were
Yeah,
talking about.
I
But
thought it was kind of irrelevant to talk
yeah,
about.
this was whole weird little segment where they had like talking about this cat and how these cats are. I don't even know. Look, they
They're they're not as big as a panther, so they won't kill you, but they'll fuck you up, type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like they'll fight. They'll fight
Yeah,
you, but they not the biggest.
scratch
Which
your face off, and that's how they see themselves as.
yeah, that was strange
Such a
to
weird thing to
see.
call yourself.
I thought it was very interesting, but yeah, they talking about how they're gonna go against each other, and Ryan, it's gonna be good, and Ryan's all aboard for it. And so cool, we got everyone knows what the deal is. We gonna get Ryan, and we gonna
Hmm.
go somebody else in there, and then Jay is gonna take his place, and he's going in. And so Steve, he decides, to take his long, relaxed shower and whatnot. I thought this was a funny part where he was like describing all the coconut oil and the things he was doing. I mean,
I like
I mean,
Steve.
he's funny.
He's funny. He's a character.
Yeah, nah,
And,
he's a funny dude.
and he's a beast. He's been winning. He went into two eliminations already, won those, and poor guy just keeps getting sent in. But I mean, he's just proving himself time and time again. So he's a good competitor and he's funny. So I like Steve. I wouldn't mind seeing a Steve win.
Nah, me neither. I think Steve Wynn would be a whole nice rebrand that the show desperately needs,
Hmm.
and I think he'd represent well as a winner because
Yeah.
he just literally came out of nowhere and snatched it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's enjoying himself, taking his nice shower, explaining that and whatnot. And soon we get Ryan talking to Ace about how like their journey has been and whatnot. It was kind of like a kind of awkward-ish moment.
It was. They're like, I love you. I love you too. I love you, brother. I love you. I'm like, okay, we get it. You guys love each other.
Yeah, I was just like, what is happening? But I find out some backstory, and Ace's cousin passed away like a few days before he went to the show, and
Hmm.
he was staying on the bottom floor of the hotel. Ryan was above him, and he was like the only person close. In the hotels, and you only can talk to the person next to you, like in
Yeah.
the hotel. It was kind of like that,
Hmm.
and that kind of like helped him get through that week quarantine that they had to do,
Oh,
and it really meant a lot at that time, and that's how they became like close, and he made a promise that he would always look out for him in the game, and that backstory is important, which I wish they would have shown. I mean, they could have
yeah.
cut out some of the other things in this episode,
Hmm.
but backstory on why he's feeling like that.
That's nice.
Which is understandable. I had actually had somebody in the hotel room next to me who made it past the first game, but he ended up quitting after because he just missed his family. He was going through a lot, and I tried to talk to him and whatnot. We're actually good friends to this day, but
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's crazy. How are you gonna go through all this quarantine, play the first game, the longest, hardest game of your life, and then just go home after that? That's crazy to
I
me.
said the same, and I did a podcast with him. So if you want to check it out,
Oh,
is
I
with this
will.
guy named Jared Sharp. He
Okay.
explains everything, and I was shocked too because I saw the producers talking to him after the game, like at the next day, and I was just
Mhm.
like, okay, but I was trying to, I got to get downstairs, get out of here.
Yeah. For
But then
four
he
and a half
told me,
million dollars, you're going home to see your mommy? Crazy. Could not be me. I'm sorry. Call me a hater, but that's wild. And you flew all the way to the UK. That's insane to me.
look, I said the same thing, and he kind of
I need,
agrees. Look, he has his
I need to
own point
watch
of
this
view on the thing.
podcast now.
Yeah, it's an interesting listen to for sure. Because he made it too. That was the
Yeah,
worst thing. I'm like,
that's the
bruh,
kicker.
yeah, I don't know, but
But that's good to know the backstory behind their friendship. But yeah, they should have shown that because how else would we have known? You know?
yeah, we wouldn't have known. And
Mhm.
now he's talked Ryan into not wanting to go in the elimination because he's like, look, maybe you got a point. Maybe I shouldn't throw myself in there just
Mhm.
cause.
Yeah.
And word gets back to Leroy, Kara, and Steve. Um, because Leroy's also could go in, so he's like, "Why the hell? What the hell y'all doing?" You know, like I thought
Yeah.
this was the plan. Steve is like, "What the hell y'all doing? I thought this was the plan."
Hmm.
Kara, I mean, she's just there listening to this nonsense. I mean, she can't believe it. I can't believe it. And Steve's face kind of says it all when Ace is just rambling on. I mean, he rambles for like, he be rambling.
He
He be
be
rambling.
talking.
I ain't gonna understand what he said half the damn time, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
He seemed really he couldn't even like formulate a sentence though. He kept like he was like and then I'm like spit it out. What are you saying?
Yeah, he was tripping. He
Yeah,
was
he was.
tripping.
He didn't even know why he was saying what he was saying, to be honest.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, Leroy finds out about it and he's upset because Cam got bamboozled and now Leroy's about to get bamboozled. You see how they
Mhm.
do the brothers and sisters, Leroy? I'm telling you,
It's wrong.
it's crazy. They
In
gonna sit
Africa. In
in
Africa.
Africa. Like it's not a coincidence that we go on one after the next being bamboozled, trying to, y'all had the numbers in the beginning and then you got Janelle went out of here, then Ayana, and then Jasmine and Tyree, and
Crazy.
it's crazy, y'all. I mean,
They're just doing them
Leroy,
dirty.
exactly. I mean, Steve and Kara's face say it all. Like, Ace, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're like, what's going on?
it's insane. And Leroy about to be the next brother on the chopping block, walking the plank. And
Hmm.
it's tough to see. At this moment, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah. I was like, Leroy's about to go down there again. I kind of felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. They should have sent Ryan down there.
They should have. They should have. And then, Steve presses Ace about what's going on, and like I said, Ace doesn't know what the hell you know, he's
And
speaking.
also, when it comes to the voting, and Ace was like, I'm only gonna say one name, like that shouldn't be allowed either. Like you should have to say two names. So it's so weird how certain things you can pick and choose what you're gonna do. Because I'm like, you, if that's the case, everyone would have just said one names. Like, I don't know. That didn't make sense to me either.
Hey, all I know is if it was Cam or Leroy or Tyree or Jasmine or Ayana
Mhm.
trying to do something like that, it wouldn't have fly.
Exactly.
They would have been like,
Exactly.
pick a name, y'all. Pick a
Racist.
name. But
Great.
they gonna let this man Ace slide and kind of whomper and wiver into what he's doing. But before we
Mhm.
get there, we find Ryan eventually coming back to Jay and pulling a Houdini, like Eminem's new song is out, and saying, "Hey man, you know what I said earlier? I don't really mean all that.
Mhm.
Like please understand." And Jay's like, "Huh? Like I thought we was going." Because Jay knows what time it is against Ryan. He knows. I ain't gonna say guaranteed win, but he knows what time it is.
Exactly. And Ryan
And
was a little scared. He's like,
yeah,
I don't want to go against Jay.
he's scared. And
Mhm.
also with the shoulder too, like I'll give him that at the same time, but
Yeah.
you flip-flopping at this should be given. Why doesn't that give red flags to people? Why
Hmm.
isn't that alarming and be like this dude's all over the place, like we just need to send him in.
Exactly. Earn your place in the final, and we'll keep you around. Like, it should just be that easy, but clearly it's not.
Some people can just do what they want out here. They got the
Hmm.
complexion for the protection, as I like to say, and it just kind of go with it, and nobody's gonna raise an eyebrow. But I feel like
Hmm.
if Leroy was doing the flip flopping, it might be a different
Different story.
tone, a different tone in people's voices. But
Hmm.
we get there, and yeah, he doesn't want to go in, and Jay seems like a little disappointed, but it is what it is. But we get to the nominations, and the votes eventually pan out to be Steve 4, Leroy 4, Ryan 2. It wasn't much of a debate, I'd say. It kind of
Hmm.
went just like, okay, we gonna get Steve and Leroy up in there. Ryan says he don't want to go, so we're gonna do what he says. It helps having friends in the game, but
Hmm.
damn, that's tough.
I was actually kind of surprised that Kara voted for Leroy. I thought she was going to
Well,
vote for Ryan.
Leroy and Cam were coming for her, so
It's true. It seemed like they kind of were getting along, but I guess at the end of the day, it's no like nothing off her back. Like she doesn't really owe him anything. So yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, Kara, I don't really blame her for what she's doing at this point. She's kind of like a freelancer at this. She can go wherever she wants.
Freelancer, yeah.
I mean, look, the
Can
life
do
of a
his own
freelancer,
thing,
you can do whatever you want. You
right?
got to deal with a lot of bullshit, but you
Yeah.
can go wherever you want.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I don't. I'm not. I see why she did Leroy. I think she voted for Ryan too. She didn't vote for Steve.
Mhm. Right.
And when it comes to like Adam at this point, he voted for Steve. So that's a whole part we'll get into later. But he votes for Steve as well, which is very important to note. And I
Very
don't get why he gets upset later. We'll get into it more. But yeah,
interesting.
he didn't seem to back up his
Yeah.
friend that much.
Friend.
Hey, who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
Black.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, he voted for him.
Shady.
Yeah, it's crazy in there. But we get in, we finish out, and Ace is upset, and I don't know. He put his head down right where they were just sitting at.
Yeah, nasty. About to get some pink eye or something.
There's
Nasty.
a lot of
That was,
craziness going on in
that
this
was so
episode.
dramatic. Like, come on. You're not. It was a vote. Relax. It wasn't that deep.
Exactly. I mean, this is his first real game playing because the last All Stars he was like the first one out, I believe, and got stomped out, and so he didn't really get to like experience all this
All the
extraness. And
chaos. Yeah.
but he's definitely like tripping right now.
Hmm.
But
He
yeah,
gives
even
like
cars.
poor me vibes. He's just like, oh, this is hard. It's so sad. Man up. It's a game, a competition show. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's they're looking how I'm looking right now. It's just what is happening right now. What is my life? What is
Hmm.
this? But we get to the elimination, and it is called how do you say this?
Kastak. Sheesh
Sheesh
Kastak.
Kastak?
Sheesh
Sheesh
Kastak.
Kastak. What is that? That is a Japanese game?
I
Or
don't
not a
know.
game. I don't know what it
I
is.
thought it was a play on words of like a shish kebab, but I could
Oh.
be so wrong. I don't know.
Well, if y'all know what it is in the comments, leave below.
Let
Because
us know.
yeah, I was trying to figure it out, but I definitely could not do it. I was lost in the sauce as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure either.
But yeah, basically it's this setup to where you have this water tank. You get in the water tank, grab the colors, get them on, then put them in order with the poles. Very easily understandable. I don't know how deep they said it was, like 8 foot, maybe 10
10,
foot.
10 feet, I think.
10 feet, which that's a decent way to go. I mean, if
Yeah.
you ever went into a pool, then I like to go to touch the bottom of the pool, so that was like my
Hmm.
thing. But I feel like this would have been fine. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't seem too hard if you enjoy the water.
exactly. So,
I like
but
the water.
yeah, it looked kind of fun, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, the strategy behind this is basically to grab all of them one at a time and
Hmm.
then start the puzzle, not one segment and then start it, which was stupid, I
Hmm.
think. But what do you think? Is that the strategy to go?
I mean, I would want to just get everything out of the tank and then finish on my pole, because why would you want to keep going back in the water? I feel like that kind of would have been a waste of time. So I would have just taken everything all at once.
Yeah, same. But we get started, and it's time to figure out what's going on. And is Jay gonna do what he says? Is he
Dun,
gonna do
dun,
it?
dun.
I have my doubts. I'm not gonna lie.
I did too, because they were saying he's like, yeah, I'm colorblind and I don't do the water. So I'm like, oh, he is not upholding his word. But there was a plot twist, and I was like, okay, Jay, I see you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, Jay definitely redeemed himself after his last appearance.
Yeah.
This is his first elimination ever. He punked out in his only final, and he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna get made to be look like a fool twice on TV." So even though he lost, I give him props and give him credit. I mean, Leroy was like me. He had his fingers crossed. He was sweating. He's like, "Not in Africa, brother, please." And
I know.
surprisingly, Jay came through. Steve was ready as well. Uh, he was down for it, but yeah, Jay came through, and he decided to go on in and take his place. Do you think he should have did that?
Absolutely not. Like, knowing those things, that he was colorblind and he doesn't do the water, why would you put I'm very happy that he kept his word and his end of the deal. I appreciate that. But to be honest, if you're playing for all this money and you know your weaknesses are colors and water, don't throw yourself in the elimination. Like at the end of the day, I feel like people would understand too, be like, bro, I'm colorblind. Like I wouldn't even be able to do this and I don't do the water. Like I appreciate that he kept his word, but now you're going home, my dude. So that was just stupid. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, and I agree. If I'm colorblind, I'm not colorblind, but yeah, if I'm colorblind and he said his nose was broken or something like that, there's no way in hell. There's no
Yeah,
way
why?
in hell I'm going in. I'm like, look, forget what I said. Laurel did it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just like an ego thing, I think, at that point. It's like, oh, I don't want to look stupid and go back on my word. So,
No,
but I
I'm
mean,
gonna look stupid.
it cost him the game, so it wasn't the smartest move.
No,
But
I'm gonna look stupid every
yeah,
time.
but I think that is helpful though for future challenges for him because people will be like, oh, he's a person that keeps his word, like I can trust him. So I think that will help out in future. But for this game, I was a little disappointed that he went in.
Yeah, I think this is the one elimination where you have to use colors to figure things out. Like I think the video game one would have been good for him. I think a lot of
Mhm.
other ones would have been good, but the one thing that you have not going for you is your eyesight.
Yeah,
But
it's
hey, he
it
helped the
is
brother out in Africa.
he
You
did.
know,
He did.
what
I'm happy he did that for Leroy because that was nice, and he said he was going to do it. So I respect that a lot. So
yeah,
I
much
like
much
Jay. Go
respect.
Jay.
Yeah,
Even
go
though,
Jay. I'll shout out Jay, man. He's a man of his word and
yeah. And
redemption,
shout out
best
Steve.
redemption story.
Yeah, and Steve is killing it. It's his third elimination win. I'm proud
Yeah,
of Steve.
yeah. Steve
People
did
keep,
his thing. Steve
yeah,
did his thing,
people keep throwing
and
him down there, and he keeps coming back. So honestly, I think Steve is a person to look out for in the final. To be honest.
no, definitely he got I think one more mission to go, one more challenge to go, and then they're there. But yeah, we
Mhm.
get Ace versus Steve, Jay versus Steve. I like the little Mortal Kombat intros they got going on. I
Yeah.
think that's a nice touch. It makes it feel like a boxing match.
Yeah.
But yes, it goes not according to how Jay wanted, and Steve ends up winning because he does the strategy. What you need to do is go get all of them out at once. And by looking at this picture, looking at the orange, like the yellows in particular, they
Hmm.
do really look closely alike. Like it's
They
hard to
do.
tell. It goes from orange to like all yellow.
Yeah.
And
So
so yeah, that's
that's why I was shocked when Jay like said he was gonna come down because I'm like, bro, they're all like different variations of colors. So I don't know, but clearly it didn't work out for him. So R.I.P.
yeah. Sayonara, Jay. It was nice knowing
Oh,
you. We'll
he looks
might
so
see
sad.
Jay in the future. You know, we may or may not see him,
Hmm.
but I'm looking forward to seeing him next.
Me
Upstanding
too.
dude. I thought he was a punk on his first season, but
Yeah,
now he's changed my opinion.
yeah. He has proved himself. I think we like Jay now. He's
We
cool.
like him. Hey, and he stood up for the brother too. So I'm gonna remember that. He's gonna remember that in Africa too. So
In
shout
Africa.
out Jay, man. He's on top of my list now. But yes, he loses and he's gone packing. And soon it is time for Steve to decide who he's gonna take his star from, and or take a star from because he has one already and give it to. And he decides to take it from Adam. And he
Hmm.
is not very happy. He ain't got his Lucky Charms pants on this time, and he's pissed. You know, he's definitely hot and tired. He says he don't want to hear from him. He don't want to hear from his kids. He don't want to hear from his work girl. He don't want to email, Pony Express, nothing. If he sees him, he knows what time it is.
That's crazy. Because Adam, what did you expect? You voted Steve in, homie, and he won. So you kind of did that to yourself, my friend. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
I was
why
shocked.
yeah, I don't know why he's all butthurt. Like, what did you expect to happen? He's gonna take a star from someone else. Like,
Yeah,
he's a little slow.
he said he ain't got no friends in real life or in the challenge.
Mm,
Ooh.
period.
Ooh.
I wonder why. It makes sense now.
Hey, that was crazy. I wasn't ready. I
Yeah, he's
wasn't ready.
clearly not a good friend. So karma
Yeah.
sucks.
He said he's gonna delete his phone number, delete the text messages. And he said he
Uh,
gets sweaty just talking. I'm like,
Eddie,
damn, that's how you feel, bruh.
that's really how you feel.
I feel like we
Crazy.
missing something because something must have happened. So it
I
can't delete
know.
him. I mean, he just took his star because he voted for him. So I don't see.
Yeah, why
I
he's so
don't see the
hurt.
disconnect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
gotta
mean, look.
pay your consequences, my friend.
Well, what I found that well, it seems like Adam is too busy trying to turn Hooters into a housewife instead of trying to
Oh,
win the game, and so maybe that's also making him feel some type of way.
interesting.
Uh, and I'm
Tea.
saying Hooters into a housewife as in Avery.
Interesting. See, they don't be showing any of this stuff. We need more behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's I stole that from my guy. What is his name? Uh, with the rant god. What is his name? I'm gonna remember, but I stole that. I'll reference him back to give him credit for that joke that I stole. But I thought that was the funniest thing. Hooters into a housewife. Um,
Tea.
but yeah, he Adam is tight, and yeah, that's basically the end of the episode. We have two left, and then the season's over.
Yeah,
So
this kind of flew by. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
no, it's gone, and yeah, the next thing I think there's nothing airing. Survivor just ended, which I only watched the finale.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're taking a little break, which is nice. I think the next thing to come on after this is probably Big Brother.
Big
That starts in about a month.
brother.
And I found out Big Brother this year has a 2-day premiere.
Oh, what? Interesting. Why? Is there like a bigger cast or something? Or
I don't know. That's just what I found
I
out
need to
because
start following these spoiler accounts. I need to be up to date.
well, I only found out because there's this Big Brother event in New York that I'm going to, and
Mm.
they told me they're having a 2-day event. I'm like, why 2 days? Oh, it's because there's 2 days of premiere. I was like, huh?
Hmm. I love me some Big Brother, so I'm cool with that. I like
Like,
that.
well, we'll see.
Fun.
Come to New York come to New York for the premiere.
Shoot, maybe I'll be in there.
It's in a month. I got the access if you need the access.
Okay, you got that pass.
I got the passes.
Hmm.
we gonna do some Big Brother. I'm gonna do a little Big Brother content. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna cover the whole season, but
Hmm.
because
Do a little
that's like a job.
bit.
But maybe like I don't know. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but we'll
We'll
see what
figure it
happens.
out. Yeah, we'll see what's up.
What happens. But y'all appreciate y'all coming through for the challenge episode 10, season 4 episode 10. We're on episode 11 next week and then the finale. So we almost out of here, y'all. Till next time, appreciate y'all for joining us. Peace, blessings, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.